This video is sponsored by Card Kingdom. If you click on the link in the description below, it'll take you to their store and they'll know I sent you there. Okay, before we jump into this premiere draft for Dominaria, an old Magic format that's available right now in Arena for people to play, and it's a great format, probably the best one in the last several years, and we're going to play it. But before we jump into it, I want to remind everyone that my content's sponsored by Card Kingdom. You can visit their website by clicking on the link in the description below on YouTube or the logo below on Twitch, and you can buy Dominaria there and pretty much everything else too, so check them out. Okay. See if I can remember these cards. No. All right. Yeah, no, I definitely can. So, you don't really want to take Kazarov first, but if you do end up in black-red, he's nice. And this format is slow enough that you can get to the late game and start firing off that activated ability, at which point things can get pretty silly. Fire Fist Adept is a wizard's payoff. That's okay. He's nice because he can kill some things when he comes down. All of these cards with Kicker are way better than they look because you frequently actually get to cast them with Kicker. This format is that slow. I'm not saying we're taking it here and we're not. I think it's mostly between Wizard's Lightning, which is a premium removal spell that also gives you some extra value if you have wizards in your deck, or Baloth Gorger, which is a really efficient creature. I think in the end I want to take the removal, but Baloth Gorger is great. A 4-mana 4/4 who in the late game, becomes an 8-mana 7/7, which while not efficient, is pretty great when it's like your plan B on a card like that. Okay, well, everyone knows I love me some Mana Wars, and we do have the wizard version of a Mana War here, an Academy Journey Mage. Yeah, I mean, I think that's the pick here most likely. Grow from the Ashes, another card that really overperformed in this format. It just is very doable to kick it and ramp like crazy in the late game. But I think we want the Journey Mage here. Blue-red is a wizard tribal deck with, also a spell sub-theme, as is often the case. And I just think the Journey Mage is the best card here. Yeah, Slinvada's fun. The first Eruption is hard to make it work out correctly in Limited, but it isn't bad. Okay, so another card with Kicker that's better than it looks. This is a Windrake on a base level, but in the late game it's a more sizable body when you cast it if you need it to be. I think that's pretty much the pick here. The Academy Drake. Yeah. Yep. I think it's probably just the best card here. Deep Freeze isn't a bad removal spell, but it's not one I love. Okay, so this is one of my favorites of these Kicker cards. It's so expensive because, like, you get back a card from your graveyard in the late game when you play it, and that's pretty awesome. And we're already in blue-red, so I think it's probably where we want to go. These memorials are nice. This whole cycle is a sweet land cycle, but we're going to take the Chronicler. The Antiquities War. Yeah, you're like an artifact build around. And there are some artifacts in this set, but not enough to make it make sense for the most part. Yeah. So Sergeant at Arms is pretty good, but I think we're content with taking an Arcanist here. Another Antiquities War. Man, if somebody's really all in on artifacts, they're going to be happy. All right, we'll take Sheevan Fire here. It's another card with Kicker. All these cards with Kicker are way better than they look on paper in Limited. They're just flexible and their value scales as the game goes on. Pretty quiet in chat. You guys are worrying me that I'm about to get disconnected again. And you can't actually hear me. So, not great options in this pack. Mesa Unicorn isn't bad, but I'd probably take Opt or Relic Runner. Right now, we don't make this unblockable at all. I think I'm just going to go with Opt. I'm glad you can hear me. This is the Memorial that's not that good. The rest are all pretty nice, but this one just doesn't do much. Blowing up a land in limited with, you know, by giving up one of your lands for 5 mana, not really a great deal. So if we end up with enough spells, the Lava Runner's not bad. And yeah, there's not really a legit mill deck in this format. So I think that's the direction I'm going to go here. I don't like Befuddle a whole lot. Okay, so Rescue can be interesting. You know, this thing is pretty nice, you know, tapping things down. So is Pegasus Courser. I think maybe here I'm going to take Pegasus Courser, sort of speculate on white, because these 2 red cards aren't really worth it. Neither is Rescue. But Pegasus Courser is pretty good. The Cyclops isn't bad. Neither is Short Sword. I think I'll take the Cyclops here, though. And we'll take a Keldon Raider here. I don't mind a 4-mana 4/3 with a bit of card selection. I'll take a War Caller. This is a format where, like, 2-mana 2/2s that don't do anything aren't that good. So, that's something to keep in mind. Okay, well, she's pretty sweet if that's the direction we were going in. Not good enough to really pull me into doing it, though. Goblin Barrage isn't bad. It's also not great, but it is a removal spell. If this were pack one, pick one, I'd probably take Baloth Gorger. And we could still go that route if we really wanted to. I mean, it might be worth speculating there, rather than taking Goblin Barrage, which is far from a premium removal spell. It's not like we have a ton of blue cards, you know? Yeah, I think I'm going to take the Gorger here over mediocre red and blue stuff. See what happens there. So Goblin War Chief is here, but don't let it fool you. There's not really a Goblin deck in this format, sadly. So this Memorial is pretty nice. You know, turning it into cards later in the game is very real. Fiery Intervention, another medium removal spell, but nothing special. I do like the Skin Witch if you're in black, but we're not. Slimefoot's a nice signpost. Skizzik, yeah, Skizzik can be nice in aggro, that's true. I think I'm going to take the Memorial here. Yeah. Yeah, let's do it. Do the Memorial. Ooh, okay, so these legendaries are interesting because they're hard to cast, but most of them are pretty powerful. Right now, we don't have a single legendary creature or planeswalker, so I don't think we want to take it, especially when Icy Manipulator's here, which is good in like every deck ever, and yeah, it's definitely what we take. Chronicler's nice, I wouldn't mind another one. Eviscerate, not bad if we were black. Take the Manipulator, though. Juggernaut, you know, that's a guy. It's pretty underwhelming here. So Juggernaut's not bad, and Sulphur Falls isn't bad. I think we take the land. I think making our mana a little better was worth it there. Man, we are getting some not very good things. Yeah, so probably just another Arcanist. Man, this card is one that tricked so many people into playing it. I remember there was a lot of debate about Navigator's Compass within the community, and yeah, it's not worth it for the most part. Jousting Lance is a nice piece of equipment. You know, suiting up your guys and making them harder to block. We'll take Servant. You know, we do have Icy Manipulator, but that's pretty much it. I think it's what I'm going to take, but I have my doubts they'll actually make the cut. Ooh, I don't mind a Journey Mage here. Yeah. Arcane Flight, surprisingly good too, but take the Journey Mage. This card has sweet art, but it's not especially good for us. Really, Radiating Lightning's not either, but... So that Skizzik did come back. Are we a deck that wants a Skizzik? In the end, I don't think we are. I think I'm just going to take another Raider. Alright. Yeah, white did seem pretty open there. And we kind of thought that early, but then things sort of fell apart. I don't love how our deck ended up, but I don't think it's terrible. Oh, we're only on pack 2, thank God. I was like, uh-oh. Maybe it is terrible. So we still have a chance to maybe change our minds. Invoke the Divine's main boardable, so if we ended up in white, we would play it. Arcane Flight plus Yargle. Yeah. That's always a good time. Okay, well, we got a nice Wizard's payoff here. And I think it's probably just better than... Oh, never mind. There's another Wizard's Lightning. We took our earlier Wizard's Lightning over a Fire Fist Adept, and I think we're going to do it again here. I mean, it's Lightning Bolt if your deck has enough Wizards, and we have a decent number. Yeah, I think that's our pick. Teshar is pretty good if you're in, you know, a deck interested in Historic and all that. None of these blue cards are better than Wizard's Lightning, so... Yeah, there's legit equipment in this format for sure. Not quite as much as there is in Double Masters. Oh, hello. So here's an uncommon that's a straight up bomb. Not something we see a whole lot, but that was true in Dominaria. Stealing your opponent's best permanent for 6 mana is absurd, and it's what we're taking for sure here. You know, Cloud Reader, Sphinx, Journey Mage, Chronicler, all things I would like to see wheel, but in Bolus's Clutches is excellent. There aren't very many cards in the pack in the set better. Ooh, okay. Well, now we have our Signpost uncommon legendary creature who will pump all our wizards when we cast an instant or sorcery. Wouldn't mind Sheevan Fire coming back, though it's unlikely. But we're going to take Adeliz. This pack's going pretty well so far. Our first 2 picks were pretty great. Another Memorial to Genius. We have Academy Drake, Journey Mage as well. Man, I just am such a huge fan of utility lands, and the cards we have here, while serviceable, I just don't think will carry as much weight as the Memorial. Tetsuko isn't terrible, neither is Divination, neither is Goblin Barrage. How many... Toughness? I don't think we have enough toughness 1 or lesses here for this to make sense. So I think we either want Divination or the Barrage. We have enough spell payoffs now that either of them is appealing. I think I'm going to go with Divination here. Drawing cards is nice. Probably Chronicler. You know, these, like I keep saying, these cyclers are great. You know, early on they are semi-reasonable creatures with a useful creature type for our deck, and then later in the game, it buys us back our best card in our best instant or sorcery in the graveyard. Overseer's not bad either, though this isn't like the deck for it generally, but it's what we're gonna take. Could we use a Deep Freeze? I guess so, over these other things. I don't think we have enough for the Relic Runner. I'm just going to grab another Wizard. May or may not make the cut. Did I pass a Journey Mage? I must have, since someone said I'd take the Journey Mage. I might have too, if I had noticed it. Probably not playing Voltaic Servant. I kind of doubt the Lava Runner makes the cut. It's so much better in Constructed, where, like, you know, you can consistently give it haste on, like, turn 1 or 2. It's hard to do that here. All right. Oh, man. Man, oh man, this pack has a Chronicler and a Journey Mage. So I think we already have 2 Chroniclers. I think we're ready for a second Journey Mage. Chroniclers are good, but I don't know that I want more than 2. So many Bloodstone Goblins. You know, we have some kicker. I'll have to see whether we actually have enough for the Goblin to be worth it. It's generally not. It's pretty rare that it's worth it. But we might have enough kicker to make it make sense. Maybe. Just maybe. So kicker. 1, 3, 4. Okay, I think that's it. Not so much. Not enough. So, one more card. Let's make sure there's not anything in here that I don't actually want to run. The Scholar might not be great, but it is a wizard, and, you know, you do find yourself playing it sometimes in this format for that reason. And I think we may be playing it. So, what should our 40th card be? Maybe it is just a Lava Runner. We only have 4 instants and 1 sorcery, though. So, maybe it really is just a Goblin. Kind of seems that way. I think it's a Goblin. I mean, Radiating Lightning... Yeah, I think we'd rather have a Goblin. We could throw in another instant or sorcery for D2 Chronicler's sake, but I think we have enough. Yeah, so let's go with the Goblin. I don't think we want the bird. It's almost never going to scry, unfortunately. Like, what do we have? We have a Manipulator, an Adeliz, and Bolus's Clutches. 3 scries in the whole deck. I feel like the Goblin will prove more useful. All right, Wizards. I'm pretty disappointed in myself for passing a Journey Mage, just because I love that card, but, you know, we'll be okay. All right, I think this is fine. We have the best card in our deck's in our hand, and we have stuff to do early, too. So we're good. Time to bolt the bird. Man, that card's annoying. I think I may just be willing to give up my Goblin here. The question is whether I want to discard a land. I think I probably do. I mean, we're a few turns away from Clutches anyway, and we're bound to draw more lands, right? Okay, I'll take that for sure. Yeah, so let's play a Raider here. Discard a Mountain. So black-green is a Saproling deck, so that's why we're seeing what we're seeing. That's pretty annoying. Something kind of nice to steal later, though. Keldon Raider, discard Divination isn't the worst plan, I don't think. Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. Okay, we got a removal spell for it next turn. Uh-oh. That's not really what you want to see. We can, however, potentially steal it or the token. You know, those are the options we're going to have. Alright, so I'm going to deep freeze the Allosaurus here. And just attack with everything now. Makes sense. The annoying thing is, all I would get is the demon, but, you know. Yeah. I will need to sack creatures, it's true, it's true. Well, that's gross. With the board they have right now. Thallid Omnivore is legit. I might have to sacrifice creatures, but I think it would be worth it. Because they're only at 12 and they don't have a flyer. You know? So, could also potentially steal it later. For now, we're just going to play this Cyclops. And end our turn. That's 7 mana, so. The other thing is now with the Omnivore, they could just sacrifice the 6/6 in response, so we're definitely in an awkward situation here where our Bolus's Clutches doesn't actually do a whole lot. Normally it does, but we just ended up in a pretty challenging situation. The only thing I could do, potentially, is trick them into blocking, maybe? Let's opt. See what's going on here. 6th land. The only thing I could do is potentially trick them into blocking and have them pay a mana to make their Thallid Omnivore eat one of my creatures. Except then I don't have the mana to steal it, so never mind. That doesn't make any sense. So I'm just going to put this on the bottom. Oh, Wizard's Lightning. You're not that good right now either. Except I could potentially use it at the end of their next turn to, yeah. Not a huge fan of Chainer's Torment, but it's kind of scary right here. I mean, there's very little we can do here to make things go our way. Yeah, sagas are pretty cool, but freaking Rite of Belzenlock. Yeah, so they're gonna have the mana to mess with us no matter what we do now. The only thing, I guess I can clutch is the Omnivore, but I'm dead to the flyer, so it doesn't really matter. Yeah, we didn't get the mana for it anyway. That was rough. You know, we had our best card, but it was so useless in that situation. It's not normally useless. If we had drawn the mana earlier... I mean, I did discard a land, but if we'd drawn it earlier, I could have stolen the right earlier. And that might have given us a chance, but yeah. I think... this could be a keep, but it seems a bit... it seems a little risky. I think it's a keep, though. We have early plays either way, so... all right. Man, we can't bolt this one. We bolted the last one. We actually Shivan fired it, but you know what I mean. Okay. Naban is interesting. I was going to say, it's mostly just a 2-mana creature in my experience in this format. That's what it tends to be. Okay. Am I greedy enough here to hold off on playing my Journey Mage just because it'll do some damage later? I think I am. If only because I'm still playing a relevant creature here. And getting a wizard on board matters for several cards in our deck, so... Opponent has 5 mana. Thank you for the sub. B-sub tropical. Okay. Well. I don't really want to fire off Wizard's Lightning here just yet. I think we just play our Journey Mage. I've only done one Double Masters draft, and it didn't go super well. I didn't do it yet today. Ooh, that's a big boy. We could use our Icy Manipulator right about now. Okay, thank you. Yeah, so attack. I think I'm just gonna have to take a hit from that thing. Uh-oh. The Chapter 3 is the real problem here. That's when things get ridiculous. Although Chapter 1 and 2 are good too, but Chapter 3 is when it's like, oh, well, I guess I'm dead. I guess I'm dead. Okay. So, we do have Manipulator online now. That makes me feel a lot better about things. And I think it means that I'm going to go ahead and attack with both of these. I mean, trading for things right here is really valuable because it turns off this from being quite as potent. So I'm pretty cool with it. And then we'll play a Raider, and we're not going to discard anything. Oh, crap. Oh, never mind. I don't need Wizard's Lightning that badly. Yeah, that's true. I do need to kill the wizard, the druid, rather. Yeah, so we'll end our turn. Good old Icy Manipulator. Doing the job it's been doing for a real long time. This is a format because it has so much kicker. Oh, crap. I was going to say, this is a format where there's so much kicker that sometimes you actually want to be running, like, 18 lands. Yeah, that's not good. That is not good. Why do I only have 1 red mana? What's that about? Whose idea was that? The whole 1 red mana thing is a problem. Because I can't Wizard's Lightning and play an additional creature here. I think we're dead, pretty much. Grun will have trample next turn, that's the problem. I can tap it down. I think our only hope here is probably to play the Raider and discard the island and hope we hit a mountain. But then we can't also... Yes, we can. Yeah. So we're going to play the Raider here, discard the island, and hope we hit a mountain. If we do that, we have a chance. If we don't do it... Oh, man. Okay. We dead. Well, we're not off to a good start in this draft. This was a format where my win percentage was like maybe the highest it's ever been, but it's not going that way right now. What an interesting hand this one is. So we only have 1 color of mana. That's not so good. But we do have 2 pretty powerful cards. We probably have to mulligan, though. Yeah, this is a lot better. That is a lot better. Okay. It always bothers me that it gives you a choice there, like I could kick it at the time, you know? It's like I'm not capable of that. Okay. I guess. Yeah, I'm gonna Wizard's Lightning her. card. You come into play tapped, which is a little annoying right now, but I'll live with it. Yep. Tokens. Seems right. I forgot to post on YouTube that I'm streaming. I'm just doing that real quick. Okay. Let's get attacked by some saprolings and a fungus. They've got to have something here. Maybe we tricked them into not playing it. They think we have Wizard's Retort up. We did play Wizard's Lightning, you know. Do I want a 5th land badly? I don't think so. Not right now. Well, now I do. Okay, well. I'm going to attack with my Drake here. I'm actually going to play the Cyclops. Might have removal here and hit me for 7, but that's okay. Alright, I am going to try to trade here. Okay with that overall. Alright, so now I think we play our Manipulator. And I think we just keep attacking here. Alright. We're glad they used it on that and not on our Bolas Plushes, I can tell you that much. So do I want to clutches something here? Or do I hold off? I actually think for now I'm going to hold off. Stealing the Gorger doesn't do me that much good. I mean, you know, it does give me another body, but I think I can just deep freeze the Gorger and play my Arcanist and then just sort of bide my time, which is something you do a lot in this format. So yeah, I would deep freeze the Gorger. Play the Arcanist. And we can draw some cards with our Memorial later, too. So, we're in... I think we're in pretty good shape here. I mean, yeah, I definitely blocked that. Definitely do. Ooh, okay. Well, there we go. That's what we were... That's why we bided our time, you know? To do this. Alright, so attack... They may be about to... I hope they have to kill it at least and not just blow up our clutches. That would be really bad news. I would prefer they have to kill our Thorn Elemental. Okay. Well, luckily we have Wizard's Lightning. So... yeah, and their hand's empty, so that's absolutely what we're doing now. It's not quite good game yet. They did say good game, but... I don't know what else they have in their deck. Okay, well, they drew a land, so... Alright. At least won one of these, right? Let's go on a run here. Just run the table from here on out. We could do that, right? I mean, if we get in Bolus's clutches in 6 mana every game, we might. Thank you for the follow, Boris Carl. I have done that. I think once I have gone from 0-2 to 7-2. I generally feel pretty good if I can just go from 0-2 to 4-3, you know? Solid. Got every wizard ever. We haven't gotten Adelies yet, which is kind of annoying. We also haven't played this with Kicker yet. I advise against playing this card. I think a lot of people see it as free fixing, but it is not free fixing. You give up a card, and it's not very good at fixing to begin with. I don't think M21's stale, but we have so many options right now for what to draft that I'm letting chat decide what I draft. So after this draft, I'll do the same thing. Okay. Knight of Graces. Nice little card. I'm going to play this because it can block it for now. I think we're okay with a block here. If they use a trick to save their guy, yeah. We're absolutely on board with that, I have to say. Alright, so we're gonna play the Scholar here. Well, that's less than ideal. Okay, well that helps. Yeah, I think that's what we do too, is we just say, no thank you. Let me try to find a Shivan Fire, please. You know, I don't know if I like M20 more than Theros. M21 more than Theros. I definitely like it more than Ikoria, but yeah. Hey, look. That worked out for us. Alright, so with our opponent's propensity for tricks, I think I'm actually just going to play my Journey Mage here. And plan on blocking Danitha with my Scholar, and then they'll have to do something for their creature to win the fight. And then I can Wizard's Lightning in response. Or they won't attack at all. Yeah, well, I think in that case we just kill her. Alright, so I'm going to attack with my Scholar here. Look out. Pretty okay with that. I guess it's much better for them, though, than potentially, anyway, than going after either of those. Alright, so I think we'll play another Journey Mage. This Drake will probably come down soon. What did they get back? Just Danitha? Getting Danitha back is a little bit scary. So, we'd rather hold on to this and try to kick it later than we would this in this scenario, I think. You'll notice, by the way, they haven't used their Navigator's Compass once. Alright, so I think we definitely try to take down Danitha here with a double block. And I guess this is how I'm going to line it up. Yeah, and I mean, I could try to take down the knight with a double block too. I guess I might as well. Their hand's empty after all. Yeah. 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 That works out real well for us, I think, overall. We did draw a Sheevan Fire now, which is kind of funny. But yeah. Alright, so we just attack with everything now. Yeah, Amonkhet Remastered will be interesting. I think this is a scenario where just being greedy with our Chronicler is worth it, and it often is in this format. Being greedy really pays off overall in this format. So yeah. I actually can give this Menace right now if I kick this, which is kind of funny. Okay, so this is going to really suck for them. We'll just kick it. Why not? So chapter 2 won't even do anything now. I guess I could have waited till my turn to kick that, but then I wouldn't also be able to play this Cyclops. 479, yeah, so they're pretty much dead. Yeah. So the problem, I think, that Ikoria had is there were really only 3 or 4 strategies that were legitimately really good. And I think that's the problem. You had to be in cycling, you had to have a companion, or you had to have like an ultimatum for a control deck. Those decks basically, anytime you got them, were 7-win decks. And that's not a whole lot of fun. And then, Mutate was cool. I liked the mechanic overall. But it was just so overpowered by those other strategies that it was a real pain. Well, I do think this is a keeper. Yeah, I mean... I'm not saying you couldn't win with Mutate. It was just a lot harder to get there overall. Hello, Sinister. Thank you very much for the cheers. I'm doing good. So, ooh, yeah, Skittering Surveyor. I forgot about that card. Talk about a fun little fixer. Well, there's Adelies. This time, though, we don't actually have the mana. Which is a little annoying, but... Okay. Hey, there's Adelies. Alright, so I'd say she's going down. We can actually already kick Sheevan Fire with the help of these two, but I'll do that later. Okay, so... Yeah, I can use Sheevan Fire to really get a blowout here. So I think I attack and try to set that up. See what they do. Yeah, so I think we go Shivan Fire on the Poet, and then both of those die. Yeah. See what happens. They could have a trick of their own. And they do. But overall, I think this is fine. Then we'll play a Chronicler here. Not kicked. Just have another wizard out there if we draw another instant or sorcery. They can draw a card with this right now, yeah. Wow, Sinister, thanks again for all those gift subs. You're definitely helping me out, obviously enough. Okay, so... do we want to use Journey Mage, or do we hold on to that for a later time when things start to go a little sideways? I think we probably wait. And I just attack here. Then I play my Journey Mage. You can, like I said, you can really wait and be greedy in this format. They're ramping into something, and I want to be able to bounce it. Well, that's not the scariest thing, but yeah, it's definitely what we're going to bounce. Okay, yeah, so Journey Mage. And then... you know, I'm just going to rumble with everything. Yeah. So, I think we kill the Honor Guard for sure. You guys all have access to emotes now, so you can check those out. So this time we deep freeze it, obviously enough. Can they draw a card right now? They can. But it doesn't matter. Can I just win if I use the manipulator instead? Not quite, but it probably is better here. They have to block the Journey Mage and go to 2. They can draw another card off of the tome here if they want to. Not sure what they could do here to get them out of this. I'm sure there's a sweeper in this format. It's just been so long since I played it, I don't remember. But even a sweeper isn't gonna solve all their problems. After all, we have 2 Wizard's Lightnings in our deck. We'd still have Icy Manipulator too, so... So we're doing a good job of turning around our 0-2 start. See if we can keep it up. We're now at least going to have a 500 record in this draft. So, that's cool. Considering how it started. Yeah, that's a keeper. I don't really think we want him. He's better to draw late. Drawing something I could have played a little earlier would have been nice, but doing Scholar into Divination into Journey Mage seems fine. And I do think we want to play the Scholar. It also sets up Journey Mage next turn, potentially. That's not the worst thing ever to Journey Mage, honestly. I could also just play my Cyclops, though. I think that's what I do. So another Saproling deck. Didn't we get owned by one of these earlier? We did. I think our second loss was to Saproling deck. Uh-oh. That's annoying. So... okay. I think our Journey Mage here bounce the Thallid and attack with both of these. So, let's go to combat and see what they do. That's what I expected, but, you know, it's always worth checking. So, let's Divination. Okay, play a Journey Mage. It's a beefy Journey Mage. So we do have the 6 mana, which is pretty much what we need. So I think I'm going to discard this Sulphur Falls to my Keldon Raider here. Our deck really doesn't have beefy creatures for effective blocking for the most part. Yes, discard Sulphur Falls. Draw land anyway. Play our Bloodstone Goblins. We could use Adelies and a spell right about now. That's what we could use. So I think I'm going to trade for this thing with my... yeah, my Journey Mage. It's one less effective attacker for them, after all. They can get it back, but... that's okay too. Gross. So yeah, you can just kick that in this format, and in most formats that wouldn't really be possible. Okay. So we're at another clutches situation where it's like, is it worth using now or holding onto it to use it later? I think I'm gonna hold on to it for now. I could steal their Manipulator. It's any permanent after all. But that doesn't exactly solve our problems, you know? They are in black, and they could play a Kaligo Skin Witch and make us discard it, and then that would be brutal, but... yeah, that's big. Is it better to steal their Manipulator or that 7/7 Baloth Gorger? Probably the Gorger. Yeah, probably the Gorger. Ooh, hello. There she is. Been waiting for her. Ah, spider. That spider's annoying. Okay. Now there's no reason to play her in our first main phase. If we ever draw a spell, things will get crazy. But that's not where we are right this second. So, let's go to combat. I'm sure they tap down the Gorger. And we'll play her. Yep, we're doing well. We actually only have one cat, and she's good. We have a dog, too. Yeah, we'll just play this, too. I wish I could discard a card to draw a card, but... yeah, someday we're going to be able to go pretty wide. That day is not here yet, though. Oh, man. Another Mammoth Spider? Okay, Wizard's Lightning is a spell. Is it enough of a spell? The problem is, yeah, like... Adelies would die, but she would give +1/+1 to these three. Probably not worth it yet. Yeah, 2 spells is probably better. That's not good, though. I probably have to blow that up now before they draw a million cards with it. I can at least wait to do it, though, until my turn. Yeah. Okay. Well. We did not get the second spell we would have liked. I just can't afford to let them draw so many cards, I don't think. So... no matter what I do here, though, they're going to draw a few cards. So it's kind of like, do I really need to do it now? And I think maybe I don't. Yeah, we'll just let it... they have to... if they want to do it, they have to do it at the end of my turn anyway, so... yeah. Hello. There's our Icy Manipulator. Now that can really open some things up, like when I tap down one spider, for example, on a future turn. Yeah, so I think we continue to hold back, though. Yeah, this is Dominaria draft Ali Fox. Yeah, tapping down the Manipulator on their turn might also be worth it. That's for sure. That is for sure. Even though now they can just start blocking the Baloth Gorger and drawing cards, but you know, whatever. Okay, so I think we go ahead and kill both of those. Yeah. Yeah, there's nothing I can do here to keep my creature from dying, so. Yeah, I can start tapping. I could try doing that, but they'll just tap down Adeliz, most likely, if I tap down a spider. So. What I'm really waiting for is a second spell. Now that there's only one spider around, that's good news, I think. I'm really surprised they haven't been drawing cards. It's been an interesting thing. What, are you going to attack me now? I see. Well, in that case... Yeah, now we will tap down the spider. Man. Our inability to hit a second spell has been rough. We would even take our kicker guy to get back Opt at this point. So I could attack with everything here. Or maybe not everything, but lots of things. I can also use Wizard's Lightning in a sort of defensive way, though, and that might be worth it. I do think I attack in the air here, but I think that's all I do. Yeah. This is a pretty typical Dominaria game right here. We haven't really had a typical Dominaria game yet that lasts forever. Oh, hello. Okay. Now I think all the wizards are going to attack. So the thing is, because I have this sacrifice outlet up, I can't really, like, blow them out as much as I would normally be able to. But I think it's still worth it. Oh, they can actually tap down Adeliz now. I kind of overlooked that fact. Well, I can actually now... Yeah, I think we just pass the turn. Then next turn we tap down their Manipulator, and then we attack and use and double spell on our turn. Yeah. I think that makes sense. Because we can get through the spider with the help of these spells. That's annoying. Gain some life. They probably wanted that vicious offering, though. Alright, so we're going to tap down their Manipulator. Alright, so... Okay, so I think we go to combat here. Definitely attacking with the wizards. The question is whether I also want to attack with my raiders. Yeah, but if I attack with everything, 3, 5, 7, 9, 12, 13, yeah. I mean, obviously they're going to lose some of the damage on this board, so I think we probably can afford to... I think maybe we leave the Cyclops back because it's so awful at blocking, I mean at attacking on a board like this, but other than that, I think we'll attack with everything. Stuff's gotta die here, you know, so... Yeah, maybe I should have tapped the spider too. Could have been worth it. That's a lot of saprolings. I'm gonna Wizard's Lightning the Soothsayer first. That's the first thing I'm gonna do. And then they have to make decisions on what they want to do in terms of drawing cards at that point before they know my second spell. So... yeah. So... I actually think I kill the spider here. Oh, maybe. So they're having to do this now, at least. Okay, so now the question is, what do I want to kill? What else do I want to kill? So Shivan Fire does mean Mammoth. I could use it on Mammoth Spider to kill it. I could also kill the Acolyte, but I think it's the Spider for sure. So, yeah, I think this works out for us overall. Substantially thin out their board, and they are still at 16, but hey. So I think we'll Manipulator their Acolyte here. They have fewer cards left in their deck than we do now, if this game comes to that. That Soothsayer drawing them a bunch of cards sucked, but... yeah. That's how it goes sometimes. In this format. People just keep getting stuff back. We're gonna do this. Nice. Okay. Well, that makes us turn a heck of a lot easier. Oh wait, he'll still have the +1/+1 counters, so it doesn't make it that much easier. Okay, so let's go to combat. I'm sure they tap Adeliz. No, they don't actually. So I think we actually hold on to the Drake. Well, maybe we don't. Honestly, just having another flyer on the board. 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. I mean, I can play it as a larger flyer. Yeah. I think I'll hold off, actually, and just play the Arcanist here. And then they may be planning on tapping my Manipulator. I'm kind of okay with that, though. Yeah. Fine by me. Less okay with that. I'm glad I'm playing a much larger flyer now. Alright. You're gonna block, and I'm gonna take 3. Yeah, it's pretty gross. Ooh, hello. Okay. Doesn't help us immediately. We're gonna deep freeze. I actually don't really need to worry about the spider at this point. I think I just kick this and then leave up my Manipulator to tap down their Gorger. This is such a fun game. This is what Dominaria is all about. Silliness like this. Okay, so tap down their Gorger. They probably tap down my Drake. They do. I take 3. Okay. Yeah, it does gain Defender, it's true. It's true. The Gorgeous. Yeah, not a huge fan of what's happening over there in terms of the sheer number of creatures. So we're gonna kick this. Get back Wizard's Lightning. They have 5 cards left. So I think we use Wizard's Lightning on the Acolyte. That's gross. God, I don't really want to play the Chronicler without kicking it, I guess, but I don't see that I have a great choice here. I guess deep freezing the Gorger means I don't have to leave up mana for the Manipulator. Yeah. They do have 8 Saproling tokens, which is not good. They can get pretty close to killing us. I think we have to hope we win by milling them out, yeah. I don't know that we're going to be able to, since it's Saproling City over there. Alright. So, you're going to block there. You're going to block one of them. You're going to block one of them. Actually... You're gonna block there. You're gonna block here. You're gonna block that. That means I take... That means I take too much. One of you has to chump block that mammoth spider. Yeah, then we take 7. Yeah. Okay. We have to leave up our manipulator here. It feels like getting a spell back here isn't really going to matter. So we have 10 mana. That means I can kick this again. I guess I could get Divination back and try to draw into some more blocking, but... Seven, 9, 10. Oh, you're right. We can just tap and win. Wow. Thanks for pointing that out, Tissue King, because I definitely overlooked that. Thanks for the win. I actually had 2 different ways I could have won there that I overlooked, because I could have done the Chronicler. I could have done the Chronicler and gotten back Wizard's Lightning. But, so thank you, Tissue King. That 4th win it's all you. So after the 0-2 start, we have made it to 4-3. That's not too bad. It's not too bad. The Saprolings deck was just about going wide with Saprolings and winning that way. We lost to a deck earlier, a good version of the deck, a really good version of the deck earlier. That deck was pretty good too. We just managed to make the last game last forever. So I think this is a keep. Usually this format's not so fast that you get owned if you do this. Opt will help for sure. Yeah, I don't think we want another Journey Mage. I think we'd rather have some other things. Okay. Do we want to play the Journey Mage so that then I have Journey, yeah, this Journey Mage so I have the other Journey Mage up? I think I'm just going to play the Drake. This deck is like black-white historic with some graveyard shenanigans mixed in. Well, that's less than ideal, given what we got going on in our hand. We can actually play... We don't want to tap our mana like that, though. Because we can play our Arcanist and then have a cheap Wizard's Lightning ready to go. Which isn't too bad, I don't think. I think I will go ahead and attack with my Drake, but... Yeah. I guess if they have a historic spell here, this is gonna hurt. Yeah, I guess we'll let them attack us first. Maybe we can get them to use a trick and get a little more of a little more value here. Okay, so it doesn't look like they will. I think we'll try to kill the Trapper here. Good old lightning bolt. They do have 4 mana up and several cards in their hand, so they may have a way of saving their creature. Losing my Arcanist would suck a little bit. Okay, well, I'm way more okay with that than the other, than the indestructible trick. Okay, so I think we could play the Journey Mage and bounce one of these, but I think just playing the Raider here, and I'm actually not going to discard anything. I think that's fine. I think we just attack with the Drake. I mean, it's not going to be blocking anytime soon. We don't really want it to block. Okay. I think we're, like I keep saying, we're pretty okay with all of this. I mean, it just gives us... Our deck is probably better in the long run. Oh. Well, I can bounce it. What I really need to do is steal it, but I can't do it just yet. I have one more turn to try to draw the mana that lets me steal it. I'll probably draw a Memorial. Wouldn't that be fun to draw our Memorial here? Ooh, okay. Well, I don't get to steal it now, but at least I shut it down, you know? I feel okay about that overall. We can't really let it hit us. It's just not what you want to do. So yeah. Right, so definitely we'll trade a Goblin here. We do have Memorial to Folly, so once Urgaros does die, they could get it back. Okay. Well. Do I want to discard this Journey Mage and try to find a land? I don't think so. So, if we kill this Sergeant at Arms, they can get it back with the Memorial and kick it again, which is annoying, but kind of okay with it overall. Okay. Well, they did make us stop attacking, sadly. We'll go ahead and drop you to 8, though. Ooh, man. I think we hold on to him. And just pass our turn here. Good old Dominaria. Okay. You're not too bad. Yeah, I will probably kill the Sergeant at some point, but the thing to remember is they'll just get it back and kick it again, so it will let us in a little, but not as much as I'd like, you know. Okay, so we can kick the Chronicler now. So let's attack with our Cyclops. We can use Sheevan Fire to mess this up somewhat. Oh, yeah. Well, we're actually kind of okay with this, because we'll just steal it when they get it out of their graveyard. And then we'll kick Chronicler here. Getting back Wizard's Lightning. The Skin Witch would be bad, but I could still hold on to the clutches now at least. So yeah, if they play that, we steal it and we attack with everything, and then they're in kind of a world of hurt. Looks like they're not playing it just yet, though. So I think we bide our time. Oh, they're worried that it'll die to Wizard's Lightning. Darn. I mean, I guess I'll take it, you know. Okay. Well, in that case, I think I just attack with everything here and hold up our burn and everything. If they're going to be more, Yeah, you can't really build a good aggro deck in this format. I mean, you can occasionally, but it's hard. Okay, so I think we're okay with all of these things happening. So, fungal infection. Sure. Double fungal infection. That's annoying, but I think that's okay. We just have to do one more damage to them one way or another, and that's not going to be that hard. Okay. So, let's see. If I play a Kick Sheevan Fire here to kill that, and then use Clutches to steal this, I won't be able to win on the spot, but it gets pretty close. So, yeah. Clutches on this and attack. I have to block both. So Urgoros not really a problem now. Yeah. Well, we started 0-2, and now are we at least 5-3 now? Yeah, we are going to be at least 5-3 after the start we had. I'll take it. If I had killed one of the blockers, they still would have just blocked the Cyclops and only taken one that turn. Listed. Although, no, yeah, because then I wouldn't have had Wizard's Lightning, so doing one wouldn't have mattered. Well, I think we can get away with this. We have to hope our opponent's not on one of the few aggressive decks. But, other than that... Well... can't do much about that right away. Uh-oh. That's not good. Alright. So we're gonna block that. We're gonna play a Cyclops. Get the blocking going here. Yeah, we might get run over here. It's a real possibility. That drops us to 6. No time for divination. No time. If we can make it to next turn... Wow. Wow. They had to have a creature with haste, and they did it. And we said if we run into an aggro deck, we're in trouble. And we lose. Because I can block this, and I still take 6. So, yeah. That's okay, though. I think salvaging a 5 and 3 out of an 0-2 start is pretty good. It's pretty good. Pretty good. We got run over by saprolings is what happened.